Good day and peaceful sky. On December 10th, on the sidelines of the Ukrainian authorities, the following rumors, gossip, insiders, opinions and assumptions were discussed. Backstage rumors. There were rumors on the sidelines that the office of the President and the Security Service of Ukraine were preparing searches for many volunteers and military men who had returned from the front line. Bankova is trying to clean up the gun control case, but corruption and chaos are getting in the way. The Ukrainian media are forbidden to raise the topic of a mess in the case of control over the circulation of weapons and their entry into the black market. Inside. The source said that the General Staff of Ukraine, together with the Pentagon, simulated a counterattack on Berdyansk-Melitopol, subject to enhanced defense by the Russian army. For this military campaign, it is necessary to accumulate reserves of 200,000 in the Zaporozhye direction, and losses will amount to 30 to 40%. According to the experience of the Kharkiv counteroffensive, it is necessary to use the industrial potential of Zaporozhye and the Dnieper to form reserves in heavy equipment, which can be quickly transferred to the desired sector of the front. Rumors. Now they report that the Russians have mined almost the entire bank of the Dnieper, so that the armed forces of Ukraine could not land using the landing force. Rumors. At night, kamikaze UAVs attacked the Odessa region. Officially, this became known only because they got into energy infrastructure facilities. When UAVs hit a military facility, it is usually not reported in order to keep society in the illusion of victory. Air defense this time missed the UAV raid. There is again a shortage of electricity in Odessa. Many checkpoints on the border with Moldova are closed due to lack of electricity. Opinion. While the whole country was at war, Zelensky has been doing one thing all this year, creating a cult of personality. Layout. It has long been said that Zelensky and Yermak will clean up everyone, building their own dictatorship. Even those who are now promised an indulgence or the right to go to the polls will be thrown. Suspension of the mayor of Chernihiv is another puzzle of this game. The office of the president has previously deprived Corbyn, Rabinovich, etc. of their citizenship, although this cannot be done under the constitution. Now they are purging and trying to discredit the UOC, also violating the constitution. They are playing a game of completely seizing the Constitutional Court of Ukraine. They are trying to strengthen the role of the Security Service of Ukraine, giving them huge powers, because this is a good repressive tool against opponents. Then Klitschko and all mayors will be purged, all parties will be purged, leaving only tame ones. Anyone who criticizes the authorities will immediately be arrested, attributing to them work for the Kremlin, finding weapons and various vulgar videos in their possession. It is very easy to plant it, and society will believe in any nonsense. The office of the president has long been trying to completely clean up the information field in order to keep society in illusion, feeding the masses only with the necessary news. Opinion. Ahead of the Ukrainians is waiting for a rise in prices for all goods, primarily for food. Electricity tariffs for businesses are planned to be increased by 107%. From January 1st of the new year, the government plans to raise the price of electricity for businesses. The cost of dispatching services will also increase. In general, the rise in price will be 107% in relation to the current indicators. Inside. The source said that Onufry, bishop of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church, UOC, of the Moscow Patriarchate, was offered to transfer to the Orthodox Church of Ukraine and keep all the parishes of the UOC under his influence, while gaining a certain autonomy. Assumption. The HIMARS flew over Melitopol. It is assumed that missiles with a range of more than 140 kilometers have been received and successfully used by the armed forces of Ukraine. Fact. Stealth, shots. In Odessa, there may be no electricity for 2 to 3 months due to the latest attack by the Russian Federation, the Department of Life Support Systems and Energy Efficiency of the Odessa Regional State Administration reports. Residents of Odessa are offered to move to other regions. It is reported that there were 2 waves of Shahids. The first was shot down, but the second flew in the dark and silently. Therefore, air defense could not work on them at all. All 5 got to the targets, as we see, with huge consequences. It is possible that the Russian Federation modernized the mortars by installing electric motors on them. It looks like air defense has a new problem. Expectation. Saturday, Ukraine hit targets in Crimea and Melitopol. Donetsk has been smashed all week anyway. We are waiting for blows in response on Monday. Everything is on schedule, however, today it arrived in Odessa without a schedule. And finally, an opinion. Today Ukraine celebrates the Day of Remembrance of Human Rights for the first time. President Zelensky by decree established annually on December 10 to celebrate Human Rights Day in Ukraine. The decision was made in order to establish and ensure human rights and freedoms, which is the main duty of the state, to strengthen the consolidation of Ukrainian society. Zelensky trolls people at level 90, Double exclamation mark. Like, go talk in any language, pray in any church, make claims about checking your phones, if you are not tied to a pole, enter a foreign university, and so on. Here is such a day of rights in Ukraine today, without rights. Indeed, under the conditions of martial law in Ukraine, and it was introduced until February 19, 2023, the constitutional rights and freedoms of a person and citizen, provided for in Articles 30 to 34, 38, 39, 41 to 44, 53 of the Constitution of Ukraine, are temporarily limited. It also introduces temporary restrictions on the rights and legitimate interests of legal entities to the extent necessary for martial law. See you later. Take care of yourself.